Welcome everybody to 2025, and this is the year of the snake, the wooden snake. This is the year of 9, which is completion, divine service, and adaptability. It's also a year of great transformation, and today's theme is the magic of the sun, our connection with the sun, and how we can transform our lives in a meaningful way in 2025. So let's begin. We'll start off with a small meditation. And my beautiful friend Victoria is on the call, who has channeled the opening prayer. So again, it has come up before that the opening prayer that she has channeled and the closing prayer, they are some pieces and essence of the emerald tablets. So I always like to bring in that magic to everything that I do. So if you can allow yourself to relax as much as you can in this moment. Also, Happy New Year. And if you can allow these words to pass through you and the magic of these words to pass through you. I'm aligned and balanced with my divine I am, and all that is pure love, joy, and truth in the presence and awareness of now. My great mind, my great heart, my great being rises and flows within to meet my great soul, sun, in all its infinite perfection, in every moment, in every way, in every now. I dwell in the silence of my great heart, the pure potential that I am, of source on earth of stars and stone. I am the divine blueprint of source, of earth as source as heaven, and heaven as source as earth. So be it, so it is. May all creation be blessed. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a prayer for all who are joining live and listening later, listening to the recording or the video. I can actually see in the quantum energy that a very beautiful magenta and a beautiful shade of cerulean are stepping in. These are new frequencies from the dragons of the sun. Only the highest vibrations of love and light can be in this space, and all objects in this space for the highest good of all who are a part of this collective. I call in the highest levels of the divine that knows that love is the power and truth from which we read. The highest level guides, angels, loved ones, and the higher selves of all who are tuning into this. I invite you all into this space and ask permission to journey in the Akashic records for wisdom, guidance, and healing, and the highest good of us and all who are connected to us. The records are now open. We are being taken to a solar gate. This can mean anything to you. If it is hard to imagine a solar gate, you can imagine one of the historic ancient sites. The one that I'm seeing here is Tiwanaku and the Sun Gate. It can be any gate. We are now connecting with all aspects of the sun, known by many names. Known as Sol in Latin, Helios in Greek, Surya in Vedic and Hindu tradition, the sun, Viracocha in the Andean tradition, we invite this energy, which is so infinite, and it is bringing in the message as without, so within. The sun that we see outside is a reflection of the sun that we are within, the soul. This is a journey into your great heart and your great soul. all that you are as this magical being, this fractaled experience, fractaled and specialized experience of the great I am. And this journey is about you. This story is about you. How we feel within is reflected in how things move in the whole cosmos. When you feel happy, that extends and expands everything around, not just in your physical reality, in all dimensions of reality. And why would the sun not be included in that? As would every cell within your body. This energy that we are connecting with in the alchemical process has 3 stages: the black sun, the green sun, and the red sun, or the golden sun. And all 3 stages are important. We as a collective and we as individuals, I, the capital I, as our collective, we experience the dark night of the soul that brings up all that needs to be expressed and released, all that needs to be transmuted into the green sun, where it is all transmuted in the magical alchemy. It's interesting how this green is also connected with the pink and the magentas and the beautiful reds. Because many people who can read auras, they actually see the heart chakra in these colors too. So there's something about the front of the heart and the back of the heart. And well, when we are infinite and when all directions are one, how does it matter? And yet we share this. Invoking and inviting these beautiful colors, we anchor with the transmutational energy of the great soul, your great I am. And we step into who we are becoming: the golden sun, the red sun. Every single culture in the history of humanity remembers the greatness of this life-giving ball of light, ball of love, warm love, really warm. They want to clear some vibrations as the sun, this beautiful being, is here. Some vibrations around the words that are floating around in our collective consciousness. The first word is virus. Many aspects of creation choose to be a part of collectives. And then there are some that choose to be part of their own being, of their own volition, their own company. The free radicals. Are free radicals good or bad? They are beyond good and bad. In our reality, we see them as viruses. The free radicals that have the transmutational power to assist us in adapting so we can become all-weather resilient in the weathers of the soul's journey. Just as it has become such a reality from the beginning of this solar cycle Maximus, December 2019, this essence, this gift of this word virus, is the gift of the free radical shifts and changes that we have brought in, we have flowed with, we have struggled with, and we have learned from. Do we always need free radical viruses to teach us? No. And yet this was something that we collectively chose, and that's okay. That's perfect. And that is how it is meant to be. That is how it was meant to be. And therefore, completing the meaning of this and bringing back the free will of our own transformation, we release any conscious and unconscious. And I invite you, if you will, to release any conscious and unconscious permissions given to this agent of transformation to trigger changes that are not aligned with your grace, your ease, and your expansion. Inarakataka sila rana itaka sayataka rukatakasa. Inala kutarakana sairaka. Sairaka sairaka sairaka. Inkrakataku surukuruna kala irakata sa. Inatakara surukura. 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 The energy of the sun transforms everything. Just as this energy within, and with the sun within, that can transform and heal anything. Scientifically, we've seen it taking the manifestation of vitamin D in our language. And it is so much more. Continuing on this journey, we go into the history now and connect with our planet and other planets in our solar system, understanding the connection with the sun, the relationship between our earth and the sun, and to understand that our guides are offering for us to choose to step into divine love. And if possible, if it feels aligned, to use Om and 3 chants of Om, which is kind of like the dialing, the speed dial to connect with the sun. So in your own space, in your own time, you can join me as I bring through the sound our speed dial with the sun. Allowing yourself to be in this space, feeling the vibrations on your skin and the periphery of your energy field. Allowing this beautiful light, this golden vibration of our cosmic life-giving aspect of physical creation and all creation. Ainarakara sika rita kaluru nurukuta surukurakatasa. Ianara katakara sira kanai takatai takatai. As we are now connected You may feel a lightness in your heart. You may even feel a click in your right nostril, which is also called the Surya Nadi from the Vedic sciences. So the right nostril represents the sun, the left nostril represents the moon. And if you inhale from your right nostril and exhale from your left nostril, and then do the reverse, inhale from the left nostril and exhale from the right nostril. We'll do this 3 more times. This is an immediate and instant medicine for healing migraines. 1 cycle, inhaling from your right nostril. If possible, hold your breath. And now exhaling from the left nostril. Inhaling from the left nostril. Holding your breath for a few seconds, as much as feels comfortable. And exhaling from the right nostril. 1 more time. Inhaling from the right nostril. Holding your breath as long as it feels right. Exhaling from the left nostril. Inhaling from the left nostril. Holding your breath and exhaling when it feels right from the right nostril. The blessing of the sun is the balancing of the sun and the moon, balancing the heart, balancing the immune system, balancing the skeletal structure, balancing the sugar levels in the body, balancing the blood pressure, and balancing your electromagnetic field, among other infinite balancing acts. Receiving this medicine of great health, we now go into the story of the intimate connection between the earth and the sun. The sun is about 4.6 billion years old, from how we calculate time anyway. And the earth is 4.5 billion years old. So the sun came, and immediately after the sun came Jupiter. Jupiter is exactly the residual gases after the formation of the sun. That's why the life span of Jupiter is almost as long as the sun itself. And the connection between Jupiter and Sun is so beautiful and intimate that our planet Jupiter takes 11 years to revolve around the Sun, and the Sun has its shift between the North Pole and the South Pole of itself every 11 years. That's the wobble, that's the solar cycle. We know we're getting very technical here. Just want to share the coincidence and the synchronicity of Jupiter and the Sun. We are in the cycle at the birth of shifting of the solar poles, which of course affect the poles on our planet. That's why we see Aurora Australis, Aurora Borealis, and these extend to places that they have never been before, depending on the intensity and magnitude of the solar flare. This is the intimate dance and connection, inhale and exhale, between the sun and the earth. The Sun, Jupiter, and Moon always come as a package of good luck, expansion, prosperity. And Jupiter wanted to be mentioned today for the many blessings it is to bring in your experience of reality. Everything about Jupiter is extra large size of joy, of adventure, of abundance, of love. Accompanied by the shifting poles of the Sun. And that's how solar flares are born. All who are tuning into this is a gift for us. Solar flares don't cause damage, they actually cause life, and they expand life. They enrich us with the gifts of the cosmic wisdom, powerful energy. And yes, there has been so much spoken about every topic on our planet. There is supporting and there is opposing evidence for literally anything that you want to look up. And if we go back to the ancient Egyptian tarot cards, where it all actually expanded, the Sun card is the most joyful, most abundant, most expansive, and the luckiest card you can get. And solar flares are a gift of this magical sun. What we see as solar flares are actually dragons extending and coming to say hello. Hello. And as many teachers on our planet say, if you have a vantage point and are watching the beauty of a volcanic eruption, it's one of the most magnificent things that you can witness. But it's not particularly so if you are standing in the valley, at the foothill of that mountain. And so this is a time of great alignment, of going within, of being in love, being in trust. For you were never meant to be in the valley while the eruption takes place. You were meant to witness the magic, the medicine of this. Iyanara sikarana rukura kata kasa. Inara sikara kata kasayanara kata. The taste for life. Inara kata larana kata. The expansion of joy. Yanaraka larakata sirurururururururururururururururura sikarakata. Inurukurakata. Inurukurukata. The beautiful dragons coming from the center of the sun find their ways through the sunspots where they cool in for some time. Inarakata kasarala inarakuturuku sarakata. Ha inarakala irakata sayakata kasayanakata. Inarakasikaranakata. And from the cool spots they emerge to say hello, and then they go back. They emerge and say hello, and then they go back. They do affect our present so-called primitive technology compared to other civilizations in the galaxy, and that's why it does hurt the radio waves a bit as we interpret it. It hurts the electromagnetic signals, the wiring, and probably even the internet. And yet there is nothing that it does to harm us. It all helps us to go within the soul, to go within the love, to go within the grace, to go within the expansion. Yanarakatu surukurakaira. Surukaira, surukaira. Inuchura karakata saira narakataka. Many legends of when the sun god came and touched the earth were all solar-flares. Inarakata rakaina sikarakata. Inarakata. And if there was not the perfection of creation, this would not be a dance, but it is a dance. For if the earth was even 1 inch closer to the sun, life as we know it would not exist. There would be great flooding and no land would survive. And yet, that 1 inch balance is always maintained. If such minute aspects of creation are so intricately, meticulously taken care of, it only is a message and a relief for those hearts that are weary of change. All change looks uncertain because it is. If there was certainty, there would be monotony. Yanarakata laira narakuturu kurukarasa. Yanasakata sayanakata. And when the solar flares increase, Yanarakatu surukuru narakata sayakata. You, I, we have an influence, Yanarakata, on the sun as well. Inarakarakata. This beautiful being, this celestial being, is communicating with us. And when we connect with this being as a sentient being that understands and loves us as we love the sun, Yanarakata, we can pass on messages to each other. A majority of hydrogen, hydrocarbons, all the other elements, helium, all of that, it's the same composition as the human body. Yanarakata, the extension of who we are. Inarakarakata sainakata. Inachurukurukotu. Everything that is within your soul is outside as well. Yanarakaturuku, for you chose to experience it this way. Yanarakarakata sarakana. The great blessing of the sun, Yanalarakata, is expanding and expanding. Yanarairakata saikanakata. And when we express our love, Yanarakataraka, all storms settle down. Yanarakai rakata, within and without. Yanarakarakata. So this is the message from the sun, and the message is for us as much as it is for itself, or himself, or herself, as you see it. Yanarakata, for the sun is beyond gender. Yanarakata, surukurunaraka. Yanalai rakarakata iranarakata. Connecting directly with your solar plexus. Inarakarakata. That is your direct line, and Om is your direct number to call. Yanarakuturukuranarakata. And this connection with the sun is also the connection with our own body. Yanarukurakurukotusuronakata. Flooding ourselves with this beautiful energy of the sun, this photon energy of the sun. Yanalaraka, and all rays of the sun in the way that is perfect and balanced for us. Yanarakata. The sun wants to remind us of the 1 inch difference. So why would it not take care of everything that is within our microbiology, our physiology, and our psycho-spiritual compositions? Yanarakuturukurunarakata siyarakala. The sun requested the earth as a celestial conscious being to stand and be and dance with it, to support life in the way we know it, because the sun has an intimate and dear connection with Tiamat, with Tausik. What am I saying? Tiamat? Yanarakitorukuraнаrakata. Ilarakara narakata. Sun also has an intimate connection with the ancient earth, Yanarakata, who came here on invitation. Yanarakala Raikanakata. Inurukurukutu Surunurukutu Suruku. For Venus had done its work and was asked to go behind. Yalarainarukurukutu. For Mars had done it, has had its chance and was invited to come closer. Oh, further. Yanarakurukutu Surunurukurakata. Inarakata. Inuchurukuruku. And the earth was invited to be exactly where we are. Yanarakataraka, for the co-creation of the most extraordinary story of this solar family. Yanarairakatasikaraka. And in many ways, the most extraordinary story of our observable and non-observable universe. Inurukurakata. And in many ways, the most extraordinary story in our multiverse, in our omniverse, any aspect of creation, because what we are co-creating in each moment, in this togetherness, in this circle as life, we are creating blueprints of sacred expansion and ascension all across creation, in our own unique way that has never been tried before. And each being on earth was also here through invitation. Each one of us has been trained for many lifetimes on earth and on other star systems to come here and to be here on this at this time. Yanaraka, and all the timelines that were suitable for us, where we could be of service. Yanarakurukutu Suruku, great heart, we thank you for being of this great service. Yanarakatarakalaraka. The sun is so appreciative of your volunteering, of your sacred curiosity, of your divine love, of your service. You are so seen for all the intentions of divine service you hold. Inarukurukairukatasika inukuralia rakarakata sura narakata sikarana inarura katasianakata. Every once a year, the earth, the sun, and the galactic center meet. Yalara narakata surukuruku narakata inachira karakata inalaraira siaraka. And during this time, the Helios dragons also arrive, Yanarakarakata, to say hello with presence. Yanarakata Surukurunaka. For it would not look nice to come without a present and meet someone in family. Yanarakuturuku. We know this as we just passed through a festival. Yinarukurukuta Siranakata. So the sun brings many gifts. These Helios dragons bring many gifts. And for us to have a full understanding, a visual understanding of where we are. Here we are dancing around the sun, which was even a new concept a few hundred years ago. And here's the sun dancing around the galactic sun, Yanarakaraka, and connected with the galactic center through the Sagittarius arm, Yanarakata Luru Nurukutu. So if you look at the galaxy, it's got these different arms that come out to create these beautiful designs of what we see as a galaxy. We are intimately connected with the Sagittarius arm. Yanara karakata iranaraka rakati arakanasi karakata inara inarakina rukuturukulara isakanakata. The ancient goddess Inara inarukulairakata inuchukurukari sarakata, and the divine feminine energies Myanalaraka Suruku are so intimately attuned and connected with the invitation of the sun in Lurukurukutusa Kurakata, for the earth embodied as we began this story in our solar system, the energies of the divine feminine coming and relating with the divine masculine within herself, and in relation with the masculine aspect of the sun, the feminine aspect of the moon, and the other way around, the feminine aspect of the sun and the masculine aspect of the moon. We as a collective on our planet come to this beautiful space where we are coming in a balance within our hearts of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. That is why the sun has such an intimate connection with our hearts and with blood pressure, and with our biggest organ, our skin, which has been formed in the exact texture, in the exact glow, in the exact shade as our ancestors needed, and as we have needed in the evolution of our family history, in relation to the altitude and in relation to our exposure to the sun. Each of our shades, each of our textures tell a story of our ancestors, and the relation and the story and the interactions with the sun that our ancestors have had. Connecting back with Lyra, where the sun was treated as a friend, the Lyran sons. There were so many, and one planet had two suns, which were like twin stars, working with each other in the infinity. There were the seasons were different, and the closest we got to that as a humanoid experience in our galaxy was Sirius, also Antares, if anyone had an experience of traveling to Antares for a galactic meeting, you would have noticed that. You may have noticed that as well. And these are stories, these are words you may or may not remember, does not matter. It is the intimate connection of all humanity, all life with the sun. And as we say, all the spiritual gifts reach light. And we are returning to the time in our collective where we eat light, where we live on light. And the best thing that we can do during a solar flare, or days leading up or days after the solar flare, walking barefoot. So all the excessive electromagnetic charge that is not being conducted and balanced because of our thick footwear can be conducted by our beautiful earth. So we now do this because it is physical, but it is also energetic. Everything is energetic. Connecting with our crowns, connecting with the corona of the sun, where we study the solar flares. The sun smiles and tells us there is so much more to learn. We have only observed it for 150 years or so. So there is so much more to the sun, as the ancient civilizations have come together to learn, and beyond. We are moving into transition. We are moving into and transitioning into a time where we can learn so much about the sun, so much about how our solar system was created, which is in exact correspondence to how our galaxy was created and how all creation happened. And all this expansion, only to remember your own creation as a great soul, your own alchemy as a great soul. Because all these stories, all this physics, all these magical aspects and interesting facts and galactical trivia mean nothing unless they are experienced internally within your own soul for your great remembrance. Because there is nothing more that is valued in your soul than the remembrance of your great I am and the coming of home. Inurukura katala ina sikara Hirukurana kai takasala inara kiturukurana kati kasi karakalai takata. Yanasurukurakata. And so, as we bring in the many blessings associated with the sun cycle, moving from the North Pole to the South Pole back to the North Pole, as it continues, as we continue, and as our lives continue, this is the time to remember what happened in our individuations 11 years ago, 10 and a half to 11 years ago. This is a second chance, a second opportunity to revisit those themes with more wisdom, with more awareness, with more love, with more compassion, not just for others, but for ourselves as well. Because surely you've grown so much that you might see that older version of yourself as, why did I do that? Unless you have come into a space of divine love where you love all parts of yourself. So this is an invitation by the sun to look at what happened 10, 11 years from now. So 2015, 2014 to 2015. If you can't remember, that is okay. If a name comes to you, a theme comes to you, that is perfect as well. Yanarakata. If nothing comes, that's perfect too. Your great I am already knows it. Inarukurakata. Bringing in these themes. So the themes that I'm seeing come up in the collective: relationships. Yanarakurukutu. Yanarakala irakata sayakata. Themes related to abundance. Yanarukurukutu luranairakata. And most importantly, this one is the most important for the sun and for us and our remembrance. Your life-changing choice related to your great service. For this is a new time of a new change, a new inspiration of a new service or a new expansion and expression of your divine service, supported by the solar cycle that the earth is taking around the sun, which is all about divine service. Connecting with the consciousness of the great serpent, who rubs her belly on the belly of our earth, listening to every sound so carefully, connecting with all aspects of creation so deeply and with so much love. The great healing that occurs when the great serpent comes in. This is a connection with our own great serpent aspect in our root chakra. And wherever it may have reached in your understanding of Kundalini, you know that as the great I am, you are everything. This is time of great love. To release any fear of change and embrace your great service. For a great one. You have been invited by the earth and the sun to co-create, because you're not a stranger. You are a part of it all, and all of this is an extension and a part of your great soul. It is so connected that we cannot even separate it after a while. After a level of consciousness and awareness that we are going into, the one that we are becoming. This great light, this great sun is spreading and bringing in this golden light unlocking 33 keys. Yanara kuturu kuranarakata. That is the expression of love from the sun to the earth, to the core of the earth, and from the core of the earth into our blood and DNA. 33 DNA activation keys. Inurukurakata saranalairaka. Bringing up this golden ascension of every aspect of your mitochondria, every aspect of your cells, for greater strength, greater immunity, stronger bone and skeletal system, stronger nervous system and neurological activities. Your heart balanced, or your blood pressure balanced, and your ability to listen to great sounds. So the great psychic gift of clairaudience. For sun is always communicating through sound and light. We focus so much on the on the light of the sun, that we sometimes forget that there is also a sound associated with every light. And in this moment, the sun is gifting a signature sound which is very personal to you. So we pause here so you can listen to the sound of the sun, and this is your personal signature connection with the sun. Yanaraka, of course, apart from the general line, the toll-free number, Om. So I pause here so you can listen, if you feel, the sound of the sun as this golden light comes upon you. You may even doubt whether this is an actual sound because you're hearing it from your psychic ear, your inner ear, one of your clair ear, your gifted ear. And when you hear the sound and see this golden color, which is a multi-dimensional gold, you are filled with love, life and joy. Highest resonance, love and light be upon you this solar cycle. We now complete. The records are now closed. We stay in this space for a little while. And whenever it feels comfortable, connecting with the beautiful golden sun flowing through sound and light within your body, connecting with your breath. You can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, rub your hands, cup your eyes, and with this joy of this eternal sunshine, when it feels right, you can come back into this space. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.